Hey guys, it's Anthony with Emerald Sun Energy. In this video, we're going to take a look at a case study of a recent project in regards to a new solar financing structure available for commercial and real estate projects. This new financing option has the potential for you to realize over 20% of your long-term return on investment within the first 18 months. This allows us to change the conversation from payback period to positive cash flowing day one with an attractive payout option in month 19. What makes this all possible is our ability to buy down the points, the interest rate, and extend the term. Traditional financing options available today on the commercial project and real estate space are typically 7 to 10-year options with an 8.5% or better interest rate. What this means is that you'll be upside down or negative cash flowing during the payback period. I mean, you will still have a great long-term return on investment, but it'll be an expense at the beginning part of the deal. With this new financing option that's become available, you're now going to have the ability to get that interest rate down under 5% and extend the term from that 7 to 10 years out to 20 years. And when we flatten out all of those costs, this gives us a lot of ability now to show you how you can actually recoup a bunch of that money on the front side, even though you're still going to have great long-term return on investments. You're going to be able to recoup a bunch of that right on the front side. So let me go ahead and share my screen and we can take a look at the project or the case study that we want to use for this example. What we did here, this particular project size was a 1 megawatt system. That's 1,000 kilowatts. This strategy will work with as little as a 40 or 50 kilowatt opportunity and even upwards of potentially a mega and a half to 2 megawatts. So the basics of this is this system is going to produce $21,850 in electric offset, meaning it's going to produce $21,850 a month of electricity. And this happens to be what their electricity demand is. So we're going to produce solar instead of the power company's rate. And the beautiful part about that with this financing option, it comes with an intro rate. Your first 18 months, no matter what, the payment would be $15,240 per month. So you could see immediately you're going to save $6,000 a month or $72,000 even in your first year. And like I said, you get this intro rate for 18 months. You're going to have an option to keep that rate, which I'm going to advise to pass on. And I'm going to show you what you can do with the available tax credit. I'll stop here just for a brief moment. If you guys are in the commercial space or the real estate space, realize that major brands and major corporations have made major investments into solar energy. Simply put, the long-term returns are so advantageous that you have to take advantage of it. Depending on however you want to structure your deal, this is just one of the ways that you can structure a deal. We will have some other videos coming that will break down every way that you can structure a deal commercially. Right now, this is the first one that I am doing because this is the one that I'm very bullish on and recommending, mainly because of this cash out option which we're going to take a look at right now. So here are the other basics of the case study or the deal. There's a 20-year 4.99% financing. The total system cost was $3.18 million. The tax credit, that 30% tax credit, which is the big plug here on how you're going to recoup those earnings on the front side, is $954,000. You're also going to be able to depreciate the system of $445,000. So that means your total after depreciation system cost is about $1.7 million. Now, like I said, that first 18 months, your payment is $15,240. In month 19, you either have to take that tax credit that you received, that $954,000, and pay it back to the financing company to drive down the the principal. And if you do that, you can maintain the rate of $15,240 and save that $6,000 a month. My recommendation is keep that $954,000, keep the $445,000. That's $1.4 million on this deal that you can pull out by month 19 in cash. And what will happen is that payment will adjust from $15,240 to $20,991. And if you recall from the previous slide, the system will produce $21,850 a month of electricity. That means you're still going to be saving over $850 a month. And now you're going to be locked in at that rate. So if you're comfortable with where your expenses are right now, and you want to really just see that benefit of fixed rating that expense, so you're not going to see it variably go up, which inevitably the power companies do over the last 20 years. They've raised their rates by an average of 4%. In the next slide, we're going to show you what those long-term return on investments look like by using a cofactor of 3.75%. Which is just traditionally lower than what we've seen. And what most energy experts agree is we're going to see even higher hikes in the energy sector, just basically because we're shifting how we're producing that energy. We're moving away from coal, the cheapest source. So as we keep incorporating other energies into the power companies' mixture of energies that they will produce to supply the consumer demand, those costs are just going to continually rise. So when we look at how this breaks down on a year-over-year basis, your current energy need, meaning that $21,850 a month for 12 months, would be $262,000. So in this example that we just showed you, you're going to pay $182,800 over the same course. That means your first year, you're going to cash flow $80,000. That's phenomenal. The second year, you're still going to get that intro rate for 18 months, for 6 months, and then it's going to adjust up to that $20,991. So you can see your total expenditure is going to go up. But you could notice here as well, this number also goes up. Why? Because we're using 3.75. Again, that's a quarter of a point lower than the average increase the power company will hit you with annually. So just even next year, your energy expense is going to be $271,000 on this particular deal, and your solar purchasing price will be $217,000. Now you'll notice this big chunk right here of over $1 million that you're going to be able to realize as an ROI, mainly because you're going to take that $954,000 and allow your payment to adjust up, which is still lower than what you're currently paying the power company. So that makes this a no money down, no money out of pocket. Use a variable expense to convert it into an asset that just has a huge incentive to pull the money out, put it in your pocket, pay for your child's, or if you have children, college funds, or expand your business in other ways. So it's just a really great way to reallocate funds that you can't see any other way. And as we go along, now you can see every single year is a positive cash flow and a positive ROI. Now, this portion of this ROI, it's there and you'll get it, but you'll never really feel it, right? It's in savings. So that money will just simply be earmarked or redistributed to other sectors into your business, rightfully so. So you're not going to have that huge cash infusion year over year, unless you took this model and said, every year I'm going to pull that amount out. But the long-term savings you can see are $6.5 million over the life of the system. Again, that's why all those major brands have made the shift. It is just so much cheaper to produce your own energy than continue to pay the power company, either model that you use. I did put it next to this other model, meaning if you wanted to keep that lower payment, that $15,240, and you can see here your payment then is fixed at the $182. And you can see how that will incrementally just keep going up and going up and going up to the tune of 6.8 million. So some people will ask, well, Anthony, shouldn't I just do this one? Because that 6.8 million, I'm going to make more money on over the life of the system. And my answer to you is twofold: no. The first is, again, you'll only ever recognize this in savings. So you're never really going to feel this cash infusion ROI opportunity that now exists on the commercial and real estate side of solar. Where here, if you took that $1 million, pulled it out in cash, and just put 3% on it, do the math, you'll double your money versus the 300,000 you're talking about here. So either scenario, this is a way more profitable model, because what you're able to do with that cash, if you choose to reinvest it in other sectors, you'll do quite a bit more. And that's at 3%, right? Typically, if you're going to get 10 or 12% return on investments, you'll quadruple that amount in that time frame. So either way, this is just a better plan to go. And like I said, it is the best new, freshest option on the structuring of a commercial or real estate opportunity, and it works for much smaller deals and larger deals. Now, keep in mind, on a smaller deal, that cash out option is going to be smaller. We've done a few where that cash out was 250 to 350 grand, and I promise you, in 18 months, where all you're doing is earmarking an expense that's a variable expense that's just going to keep going up, and convert it and have the opportunity to just pull that kind of money out in cash. It's just an attractive offer. So I put some contact details down in the description. Also, like I said, we will be doing a series on all the other commercial and real estate deal structure opportunities out there. So if you want, go ahead and follow us and take a look at those as they come out. Thanks.